Hey y'all, welcome back to Vicariously Healing. My name is Courtney G. Let's talk about it. So, I'm a person who truly believes that life is always working for you and through you, whether you are aware of it or not. And all of our wounds that we have, lack of confidence, fear of judgment, rejection, pride, like all of those things that we walk with are being worked on by our choices, like where we choose to work, like wherever you're at, whatever workplace, whatever school, if you're a mom, dad, whatever you are doing. I believe God is drawing you out and healing you in some manner. Now, my biggest thing that I noticed that need a little help, a lot of help actually, is confidence and like that feeling of being judged or rejected. So a few years back, I was in nursing school. With nursing school, you have to go to clinicals. With clinicals, you are assigned a patient. Whatever that patient has, whatever pre-existing condition that patient has, you are responsible for it as if you were the nurse, right? Of course, you have your clinical instructor who has to supervise like some of the major things. So with one of my patients, I love her. She loved me. She couldn't talk, but we were there. So with one of my patients, she had a trach, and so with that, someone has to clean her trach. Since that was my patient, I was responsible for cleaning the trach. So I had to get my instructor. We go in a room, and then my instructor pretty much walked me through it and talk me to it and tell me what to do and how to do it as I'm doing it, right? Now, my biggest fear was messing up. I didn't want to I didn't want to off nobody, and I didn't want to make nobody's situation worse. I didn't want to play with nobody's life. So I was scared. I was afraid. I was a nervous wreck. And so I've seen it done. Now it's my turn to do it. And I'm like, okay. So she's walking me through it, and I'm just nervous. So I'm messing up here and there, and I'm just nervous. My nerves are just really overtaking me. It's not that I didn't know what to do. It was just like my nerves were just getting the best of me. So after that was done, the following day, it would be one of my classmates' turn to clean a tray. And I was responsible for instructing them and walking them through it. So when it was my turn to do that, I did it with ease, 100%, like no issues, no problem. I stopped them when they needed to be stopped. I corrected them when they needed to be corrected. I mean, I walked them through it from finish to end, no problem. And then after that, my instructor told me, she was like, you are better at teaching than you are at basically following the instructions. And I knew that already, but I didn't understand exactly why that was the case. And so I held on to that. It's been years since that happened. I held on to that, what she said, and now I understand. Now, as I'm growing with my relationship with God, I understand because that just didn't apply to that certain situation, that specific situation in the nursing home, but it applied within my life overall. Like, I'm much better at telling people what to do, teaching people, doing this and that, but I have a hard time following instructions. I have a hard time with being obedient, listening to God. Even though I hear him, I don't always do what he tells me to do because of fear of the unknown. What if I mess up? What if I'm not good enough? What if, this is gonna do something horrible in my life? But at the same time, I can look at other people and I can see the same problems within them that God is like highlighting within me. And I can take the words that he's already given me, the instruction that he's given me, and I want to step into their lives and dictate, hey, you need to do this. You should do that. This is why you're like this. This is why you're like that. It's much easier for us to go and dictate and direct somebody else's life, playing Holy Spirit Jr., but at the same time, we're not applying that to ourselves. And that is like a part of avoiding. Like, that's avoidance. You're avoiding what you need to be working on. You see it in somebody else, and it's much easier for you to instruct somebody else than it is for you to go through that period of change, transformation, transition, discomfort than it is for you to tell somebody what to do. Because if you're telling somebody else what to do, it's not your responsibility to make the change. All you have to do is talk. They actually have to put in the consistent work to produce any type of change. And so it's unhealthy on both ends. By them listening to you, then someone who is out of order, because when you are doing that, you're out of order. If you're not actively seeking and being obedient and following after Jesus and doing what he's telling you, you out of order. And so here's someone else out of order telling someone else who's out of order what to do, how to do it, when to do it. And not only that, you begin to think that you are responsible for them. Like you are their God, like you are Holy Spirit Jr., as I said. And when they listen to you and you see the benefits of them listening to you, that fulfills you in a way. I don't think it's good though. That fulfills you in a way, that boosts your ego. And when they don't listen to you and then something happens and you're like, I told you so, it makes you feel a certain way about them for not listening to you. So it's like you're playing God, and then you're having these certain effects when they listen or don't listen to you that's feeding your ego, when really you out of order. Both of y'all out of order. They should be going to God, and you should be going to God and listening to God for yourself, and not putting the things that God has told you to do on somebody else. But I do think it's different, however, when you are in order, you are being obedient, and you are listening. I believe the advice and the instructions to someone you may see struggling may be different, may be a little healthier, and maybe to seek God for yourself, you know what I mean? Or using your own experience to help them out of whatever they're in, rather than using the instruction that God has given you for your life and telling them to do it instead of you doing it yourself. So that's just my thing on it. So we're out of order, y'all. We got to get back in order. We're out of order. We out of order. We got to get healthy. We can't cultivate healthy relationships by being out of order. We got to be in order. We got to be in order. But that's what I wanted to share. Again, my name is Courtney G. This is Vicariously Healing. I also have a creative writing page called Talks Unleashed, where I express myself and my experiences. Talks Unleashed. Link is in my bio. If you want to check it out, check it out. But I'll see y'all in my next video.